Life improved with age. Pour yourself another glass of 50 Plus with Doug Pike.
I hope my guest isn't tired of hearing this, because I'm certainly not.
This magic moment, so different and so new.
Welcome back to 50 Plus. I could listen to this music for hours. Maybe someday we'll do just that on 50 Plus, a whole hour of our music. Welcome now. I want to get this guy on the phone. Welcome now to the show, Sandy Deanne, a man who was and still is part of American music history. And thank you for the time. I know you're a busy man.
Never busy enough to talk to the fans on the radio.
Well, I appreciate that. You started singing really young. I did a little research. You started as a kid, didn't you?
Yeah, we started out as kids. We were just a neighborhood group singing on the corner. Then we sang at the school dances.
Oh, very nice.
And, everybody paid their dues. Then we sang in clubs, and then we got an audition to Lieber and Stoller, who were very big record producers and songwriters. And they had the Drifters and the Coasters and Benny King and the Exciters, and they were working with Elvis.
Oh,
so
man.
we were in pretty fast company right off the bat.
Yes, indeed. Go back to high school for a minute now, Sandy. Who do the girls like more back then, singers or football players?
You know, it was a toss-up. It was a toss-up.
Yeah, I think I can remember some of that as well. From I came through high school a little bit later than you, but it was still kind of the same thing, because there were four of us who used to sit around and do like Eagles and Crosby, Stills and Nash covers. So I'm very impressed with what you guys could do way better than we ever did. The music back then, really all the way into the 70s, even a touch into the 80s, most of the songs you guys did included some pretty tight, complex harmonies. How much rehearsal did you guys have to go through to get a song really buttoned up?
Well, you know, we all had backgrounds in singing. Growing up in New York City, we were exposed to a lot of different stuff on the radio.
Right.
You know, we had like 20 different stations, and we had Latin music playing. We had the blues playing.
Oh, wow.
There was Broadway show music being played and jazz. So when you're a kid and you hear all of this stuff being played on the radio, you kind of absorb it like a sponge.
Sure.
And by the time that we got to putting our own stamp on it, we had all those influences. And we combined them all and wound up lucky enough to find our own harmonic sound. And it took us maybe 3 or 4 years to really get it set in stone.
Mm-hmm.
But now, whenever we hear a song that we like, we just automatically put it together. It doesn't take very long.
Sure.
It only took 56 years to get that good.
Yeah. A friend of mine who's a painter joked, somebody asked him one time how long it took him to paint a painting, and he said about 4 hours and 25 years.
Yeah, here you go.
Sure.
I understand completely.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
The industry you're in went through what I consider kind of an ugly patch of auto-tune stuff for a while, but I think I'm hearing more and more emphasis on the actual singing again, more than one person at a time in some of the music genres. Are you a fan of any of the younger musicians now?
Oh, yeah. No, listen, every generation has its great stuff,
Sure.
You know? I mean, I hear these young songwriters, and I'm very impressed. The talent doesn't stop at an age.
Right.
You know, every generation there is born a whole fresh crew of brilliant songwriters. And I mean, Ed Sheeran blows me right off the roof. I think he's brilliant, and he tells a story. And that's what we're about. We had songs that had melodies and lyrics that kind of told a story. So I'm looking for people like that. And he does that. I'm very
Sure.
impressed with that guy.
Sandy Deanne from Jay and the Americans coming to Stafford next week with his friends. Pop Rock and Doo Wopp live. He's here on 50 Plus.
Yeah, we're coming with the Drifters are coming with us.
Oh, man.
They're good buddies of ours. And Dennis Stefano, the lead singer of the Buckinghams, he's coming too. So people are going to be treated to a huge amount of really big hit records.
That's the fun part of one of these tours that you guys do, is that you bring us back to where we came from, and I'm going to guess that you've got quite a few young people in those audiences these days too, don't you?
Yeah, we do. You know, it's gratifying to see all of the contemporary people that are there, all our old fans, and then we have their kids who are the next generation, and then their kids come. So a lot of the shows we're seeing 18, 20-year-old kids dancing in the aisles and singing our lyrics.
Yeah, they know the songs, don't they?
That makes you feel good.
Oh, yeah, it's got to, Sandy. When you guys have been performing steadily for how long now?
Well, we're going on 57th year.
Ooh, man, straight through? Did you guys ever break up and then get back together?
Yeah. We had a couple of lapses.
Okay.
You know, every career has an up and a down. When we started, we were looking to, you know, impress the girls, sign autographs, make a few bucks, hear our record on the radio.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it was all about. And 3 hits in a row, and then it got serious.
Do you remember the first time you heard? You remember the first time you heard one of your songs on the radio?
Oh, you never forget that. You know what I mean?
Talk about that for me.
That's the first time thing you never forget. I was in my first group with one of the other founding members of the group, Kenny, and my high school girlfriend, Sidel. We were a trio, and we got signed to a record label. We made a record. It was a trio, and we were driving home from high school. And sure enough, the radio was on, and they played our record.
Wow.
And we went crazy.
Oh, man.
We went nuts. So, yeah, it was great. And then they had the Battle of the Bands. There was a voting on the new records.
Yeah.
And all of our friends and relatives were calling in.
Yeah, man.
So that we could win. And that night, we beat Elvis on the
Wow.
voting.
That's pretty cool there. How many dates you guys playing a year these days?
How many what?
How many different dates you playing?
Oh, we play anywhere from 40 to 60 dates a year.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good cruise, huh? How do you do it, man? How do you stay physically fit for this? It's got to take a toll on you, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. Well, the traveling is the hardest part. But the best part, I got to tell you, you know what? I think we have a mission, and our mission is to keep the music alive. But we always laugh because we think the music is keeping us alive.
That's a very good point. That's a good way to look at that. Yeah, I do know.
Like,
man.
We know that we have to be in reasonably good shape to go out and perform for an hour and a half.
Sure.
We know that we have to be in decent shape to be doing, 3 or 4 one-nighters in a row, travel from town to town.
Yeah.
But we love it so much, and we're having such a good time. I mean, when we leave the theater, the people walk out feeling like teenagers again.
Oh, it's
and you know
what? Feel good.
It makes us feel that way, too.
Yeah, man. Sandy Deanne, I appreciate this. You're going to be here at Stafford Centre in Stafford next week. I got to let you go right now. I'm going to try to come see you. I want to go to this show.
Please,
it's right down the street from me. I can't stand
hi.
it. I will. I'll try to set that up, man. I'd love to shake your hand. Sandy,
My
thank you
pleasure.
so much. Yes, sir. Bye now.
See you then.
I'll make it.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. What a great guy, huh? What a great guy. All right, we're going to take a little break here. When we get back, aging is cool. Well, we already knew that, didn't we? More 50 Plus right after this.
You're my kind of man.